Hey guys, it's Adrian over BHA here, finally getting around to bringing out a new video. So the great folks over at Eufy have sent me over another one of their super cool outdoor lights. So we looked at their S100 wall light that they have with a built-in camera not too long ago, but now we are looking at the S120 solar powered wall light. So this thing's pretty cool because as long as you have Wi-Fi capability, you could pretty much put this anywhere. The solar panel that's built into the top of it will keep this thing powered. So it's great for motion detection. The light will come on, as well as you have the built-in 2K camera to get that image as well. So without further ado, let's dive right in. All right, so as you can see, you can pick this thing up straight from Eufy for about $100 a piece. But if you buy a 4-pack for $399, you can get the 5th one free. So basically, you're getting 5 for the price of 4. That's a pretty sweet deal. I haven't seen them for sale on Amazon just yet, but I have a feeling they will show up there very soon. So let's get started.
So let's get this thing opened up here. So of course, as always, lots of information on the outside of the box. Eufy always does a good job with their marketing and display on the box itself. It not only has all of the product capabilities, but also tells you everything that you get in the box. So let's get this box opened up here. All right, so right off the bat, we have the light right here on top. And you can see it has the solar panel built into the top there. The camera is on the front. And then on the back is where the USB port is, which will be used for getting this thing set up initially. And I think you can actually use an external solar panel if you wanted to with that port as well. Let's see what else we got in the box. So we got the mounting screws. We have an instruction manual with instructions on getting the light set up in the app. Let's see, it looks like a waterproof boot for the USB cable. It comes with a short USB cable as well, probably used for just getting it set up initially, like we talked about earlier. And then the mounting bracket. So the light will just kind of sit right on top of that mounting bracket, and then you'll screw it in at the bottom to hold it in place. But that's it for what comes in the box. Just to kind of go over some of the main specs of the device here, this is a 2K camera, as we already talked about. It does support color night vision, since it has that built-in light. It actually has 8 gigs of built-in storage, so that's pretty cool. We got human detection, as well as 2-way audio. So there's actually a microphone on here as well. That's pretty nice. The light is up to 300 lumens. And of course it is adjustable, so you can change the brightness to whatever you need. Looks like there's actually a siren built in for an alarm as well. So that's awesome. As always, this runs on 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. It will not support 5 gigahertz, so just keep that in mind. And it looks like it does come with a 1-year warranty as well. So that pretty much covers the main specs for the light. Let's go ahead and move on to the next step and we'll get this thing installed. All right, before we get the light installed, I recommend getting it added to the Eufy app. Since in order to do that, it requires you to plug it in with the USB-C port on the back of the light, as you can see here. But once you plug it in and it shows to be powered on, Then we can go into the Eufy app here, and we're going to hit the plus in the top corner. And then under device family, we're going to look for a wall light camera. Once we select that, then we're going to select solar wall light camera. Now from there, we will select our home, and then it wants to scan the QR code on the back of the light. Now once we've done that, we are ready to put in our Wi-Fi credentials. And remember, it runs on 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, so no 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. But once we do that and we hit next, we are ready to hold down the sync button on the back of the light to get it into pairing mode. Now you will hear it beep once, and that's how you know it's ready. And next, we're going to scan the QR code using the wall light camera and pointing it at the QR code on the phone. And it may take you a couple of tries to get it because you have to have the right lighting and it has to be angled just right in order for it to pick up that QR code. But after that, it will start connecting to the Wi-Fi, and it shouldn't take too long. And boom, now it's added to the Eufy app successfully. And it looks like we need to update the firmware on the light, so we can do that here. And I'll kind of fast forward through that, but we now have the solar wall light installed. Now here it is, allowing us to select what power setting we want to start with. So I'm going to set it for optimal power. But you can see there's a few different options there. Okay, so now it says we need to leave it plugged in to make sure that it gets a full charge before we take it outside and mount it. And here are the instructions for mounting it. And we're going to kind of fast forward through a lot of this. If you wanted to do a connectivity test, you could do that here. I'm going to go ahead and skip that for now. But we're ready to go. Let's move on to the next step, and I will get this physically mounted outside on the wall. Okay, so the plan is to install this on the front of my house. There is a small window that kind of goes above a shower, so a lot of area underneath that window where we can mount this light. In fact, we normally put Christmas wreaths here each year and hang them on a nail that you can already see showing there. I plan to just remove that nail, and we'll screw that mounting bracket right in its place. As you can see in this clip, we've already removed the nail. It came right out, so that was pretty simple. And then here we are, we have the mounting bracket installed. I'm just using one screw for now until I can get final approval from the wife that this location will work. But I think we're going to be all right. And then lastly, it's actually already starting to get a little bit dark here, so you can see that we have the light mounted on there. It's powered on. In fact, it's already lighting up, so it looks pretty good. I think this is going to be a good location, and I think this will work out really well. Let's go ahead and move on to the next step, and we will go through the config options in the Eufy app. So here we are in the Eufy app. And you can see the camera feed here at the top. Towards the bottom left, we have that light button, so we're able to turn that light on and off manually if we wanted to. But if we swipe up that little bottom menu here, you can see what all is down here. So we got, looks like record and snapshot for taking those quick pics and videos. These will save to your camera roll on your phone. You can also hit that speak button to activate the two-way audio. We have a siren button for sounding the alarm if we're needing to, as well as enabling this sound if we wanted to hear what is going on. Now along the very bottom there, we can set up events, and of course we have the ability to enable, disable the auto night vision. But if we go up into settings in the top corner there, right there at the top, we can turn the camera off altogether if we needed to. If we click on motion detection, this is where we can enable motion detection as well as create zones if we wanted to, and even modify the sensitivity. Now I'm actually going to turn up the sensitivity just a little bit. I want to see how it performs. Under detection types, of course, we have human detection, and you can enable notifications for that. But you also can do it for all motion if you want to as well. Next up is light settings. Here we can adjust the brightness of the light and disable motion activation for that light. Now I prefer to have that enabled. That way at night it will come on if motion is detected. Under Power Manager, this is where you can see the current battery level and adjust the mode if you wanted to. Now we set this up to optimal when we first set up the light, and I think it works pretty well, so I'm going to leave it for now. Video settings, this is where you can turn off the watermark, and you can also enable or disable the LED indicator on the front of the light. We can also disable night vision here as well, but if you remember, it was on the main screen as well, so there's no reason to go digging for it. You should be able to do it right there off the main screen. We can set privacy zones here if we needed to. I usually leave the live streaming quality to auto, basically letting the system determine the best quality at the time of streaming, but I also want to record at the highest quality, which you can see I have it set to 2K here. Under audio settings, this is where we can turn off audio recording if we wanted to. If you don't need it, it will help on the battery life, so that's just something to think about. You can adjust the speaker and alert volumes here as well. Under notifications, this is where we can disable push notifications. You can also set the notification type to include a thumbnail if you wanted to. Alert tone is where we actually have several different tones to choose from, so you have the option to kind of pick one to your liking. And then lastly, under general, this is where you can adjust the name on the camera if you wanted to. You have the ability to look at local storage utilizations, so you can kind of see how much space you're taking up on that 8 gigs of built-in storage. You can adjust the Wi-Fi settings if you needed to. Under the time settings, you can change from a 24 to 12-hour clock, as well as set the time zone. But that's pretty much it. Looks like there's a mounting guide here, which we've already mounted it, so we don't really need to do that. And then there is an About Device tab, which has kind of the serial and device information, as well as this is where you will come to update the firmware on the light. But that's pretty much it as far as what you can do in the app itself. Let's move on to the last step, and I'll show you some footage from the camera, as well as give you my final thoughts. Alright, so here we are with some footage from the camera itself. The first clip here is some daytime footage, and you can see it's not bad for a 2K camera that's battery powered. I mean, it looks really good. Now this next clip is taken at night, but I left the light off so you can kind of see what it looks like just using the infrared night vision. And again, for 2K camera, it looks pretty comparable to what you will find on, like on Amazon or other storefronts for these 2K type cameras. And then this last clip is with the light on, so you get that full color night vision. And, it's not as clear as I thought it was going to be. It's not bad. With the quality of the previous 2 clips, I think my expectations were just a little bit higher, so I felt like it just wasn't as clear as it should be. Now that being said, this is a pretty good light camera combo, especially since you don't have to run power to it. As long as you have Wi-Fi nearby, it's going to get that power from the solar panel, so it works out pretty well. And if you've used the Eufy ecosystem at all, their products work really well, and they work really well together. So if you have other Eufy products, then that makes this one even that much more appealing. Now, as always, I'll have a link to Eufy's website in the description below, So if you're not interested in this particular light, head over there and see what other products they have. They have tons of smart home products, tons of security products, all kinds of cameras. So you're definitely going to want to check out their website and see what other deals they currently have running.
As always, I want to thank everybody for donating to my Buy Me a Coffee link. Every little bit helps. If you haven't had a chance, head over to my spring merchandise page and check out all the Burns home automation merchandise. And if you're looking for the latest smart home gear, you're going to want to check out SnowNet. I'll have a link in the description below. Head over there and see what deals they currently have ready. And if you're looking for the latest smart window treatment, you're going to want to check out Smartwings. I'll have a link in the description below for them as well. Head over there and see what deals they currently have. If you're interested in buying and selling stock or maybe cryptocurrency, you're going to want to check out Robin. I'll have a link in the description below for them as well. If you sign up with that link, you and I both will get a free share of stock. It's a win-win for both of us. If you liked the video, please subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the comments below. As always, if there are any videos out there that you would like to see that I don't already have out there, let me know in the comments as well, and I'll see if I can't get something put together for you guys. Otherwise, I'll see you guys around.